Okay, so in this video, we're going to be looking at page 663, or lesson 10.5, okay, and we're going to be focusing on the multiple angle formulas now. This is not on your test tomorrow, okay, but the homework will be due the following Monday. So, first off, let's look at the double angle formulas. So these three formulas come in sine, cosine, and tangent. And the first one we've got is sine of 2u. So that's sine of 2 times some angle, okay? So this is an angle here. It's not 2 times a variable. It's an angle. Equals 2 sine u cosine u. Okay, so again, this is an angle. So we take the u as another angle and separate it from the 2, but it's not equal to 2 sine u. Those aren't the same thing, okay? You can't just take that 2 out and put it out in front, as you can see from the formula. Instead, you have to do 2 sine u cosine u. So the u stands for an angle, not a value. Then we have cosine of 2u, okay? So cosine of 2u has 3 different versions. You can use any of them, okay? You don't have to use a specific one. You can use any of these 3 because they're all equivalent. So it's equal to cosine squared u minus sine squared u, or 2 cosine squared u minus 1, or 1 minus 2 sine squared u. So maybe you were only given sine, so you're going to want to use the last one. Maybe you're only given cosine, so you're going to want to use the second one. Maybe you're given both, so you're going to want to use the first one. Again, it is a preference rather than a mandatory. You have to do one over the other. And lastly, tangent of 2u is equal to 2 tan u over 1 minus tangent squared u. Okay, or tangent of 2u is equal to sine of 2u over cosine of 2u by quotient identity of tangent, right? That's also an option. So you should write sine and cosine for sure on your note card, and definitely put tangent just to be on the safe side if you have room, or if you can remember that it's the quotient identity, you don't have to. So let's look at some examples. This one is not in your book. I came up with this one, okay, but it's like numbers 1 through 8 on the homework. So they give us the triangle here, a right triangle in quadrant 1 with sides 5 and 12 and hypotenuse 13. And they want us to find the trig values for the following functions. So first, let's find the trig function value of sine theta. So sine theta is by SOHCAHTOA, opposite over hypotenuse, so it's 5 over 13. For cosine of 2 theta, we have to use one of those formulas. So I'm going to use the third one. So I have 1 minus 2 sine squared of theta, because I know what sine is, right? I've just found sine theta above. So this is going to be 1 minus 2 times 5/13 squared, which is 1 minus 2 times 25 over 169, which is equal to 169 minus 50 over 169, or 119 over 169. Then I want to find tangent of theta, which is opposite over adjacent. So that's 5/12 from that triangle up top. And then I need to find sine of 2 theta. So I'm going to first use my identity. So I've got 2 sine theta cosine theta. So this is going to be 2 times sine theta, which is 5/13, times cosine theta, which is 12/13, because it's adjacent over hypotenuse from the triangle up here. And so this will be 2 times 60 over 169, which is 120 over 169. Then I need to find tangent of 2 theta. So I'm going to use a formula on this one. So I've got 2 tangent theta over 1 minus tangent squared theta. Tangent theta is 5/12, so we've got 2 times 5/12 over 1 minus 5/12 squared. So this is 5/6 over 144 minus 25 over 144. So this then reduces to 120 over 119, which is the same thing as sine of 2 theta over cosine of 2 theta. Secant of 2 theta by reciprocal identity is 1 over cosine 2 theta. So this is just 1 over 119 over 169. So this is 169 over 119. Cosecant 2 theta is equal to 1 over sine 2 theta by reciprocal identity. So this is 1 over 120 over 169, which is equal to 169 over 120. And lastly, we need to find cotangent 2 theta, which is the reciprocal of tangent 2 theta. So this is going to be 1 over 120 over 119. Is that right? Let's double check that. Yep. So this will be equal to 119 over 120. Okay. For 20 and 22, we just want to simplify the given expression using identities. So in 20, they gave us 6 cosine squared x minus 3. It looks kind of like my formula for cosine 2 theta, but it's a little bit off. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to factor out a 3. So I get 3 times 2 cosine squared x minus 1. 2 cosine squared x is my identity for cosine 2 theta, and that's as simple as it's going to get. Okay, so we're just using double angle formula to simplify it. Let's look at 22. For 22, I've got cosine x plus sine x times cosine x minus sine x. I'm going to FOIL this out, so I get cosine squared x minus cosine x sine x plus cosine x sine x minus sine squared x. This is equal to cosine squared x minus sine squared x. This fits my cosine 2 theta formula, so this is going to be cosine 2 theta. Sorry, 2x. Don't want to be changing that angle all of a sudden. Now let's look at 24. In 24, they give us one trig function value for an angle u. They tell us where u is, and then they want us to find sine 2 of u, cosine 2 of u, and tangent 2 of u. So this is where we have a problem. So let's first start off with just u. They told us that cosine of u is negative 2/3, and that u is between pi over 2 and pi. So that tells me that u puts me in quadrant 2, right? And then from the fact that I have cosine u, I know that x value is negative 2 and the hypotenuse is 3. So I'm going to do Pythagoreans to find my y value. So we've got 4 plus y squared is equal to 9. Y squared is equal to 5. Y is equal to square root of 5. Okay. But here's the issue. We want to find cosine of 2u, sine of 2u, and tangent of 2u. We don't have 2u. 2u is a different angle, so we're going to have to use double angle formula. Now, in order to use double angle formula, we need to find sine and cosine, sine and tangent of u. So first thing we're going to do is find sine of u and tangent of u. Sine of u is opposite over hypotenuse, so this is going to be square root of 5 over 3. And tangent of u is opposite over adjacent, so this will be negative square root 5 over 2. So now we can figure out the rest of our values. So for cosine 2u, I'm going to use the second formula, which is 2 cosine squared u minus 1, since cosine is the one that doesn't have a radical in it. So this is going to be 2 times negative 2/3 squared minus 1, which is equal to 2 times 4/9 minus 1, which is equal to 8 minus 9 over 9, so this is negative 1/9. Then for sine of 2u, I'm going to use my formula first, right? And rewrite this as 2 sine u cosine u. Sine u is square root 5 over 3, and cosine u is negative 2/3. So this will be negative 4 root 5 over 9. For tangent of 2u, I'm going to use the quotient identity to state that tangent of 2u is equal to sine of 2u over cosine of 2u. So this will be negative 4 root 5 over 9 over negative 1/9. So this is going to end up being 4 root 5. And that's my answers. Last one, we're going to look at 28. We are given cosecant of u is equal to 3, and u is again between pi over 2 and pi, so we're again in quadrant 2. Okay, so cosecant of u is 3, which tells me that sine of u is equal to 1/3 by reciprocal identity. So that means that my opposite for my angle is 1, and my hypotenuse is 3. So then using Pythagoreans, I get that we have 2 root 2. And since we're in quadrant 2, my x value must be negative. So we've got negative 2 root 2 there. Okay, so that tells me that cosine of u is negative 2 root 2 over 3. And tangent of u is equal to negative 1 over 2 root 2, or if you want to rationalize, that'll be negative root 2 over 4. Okay, so we still want to find sine of 2u, so we'll start off with that one. We're going to break that up using the formula into 2 sine u cosine u. So this will be 2 times 1/3 times negative 2 root 2 over 3, which is going to be equal to negative 4 root 2 over 9. Then we're going to find cosine of 2u, and I'm going to use the third iteration of the formula, so that's going to be 1 minus 2 sine squared u. So I get 1 minus 2 times 1/3 quantity squared equals 1 minus 2/9, which is equal to 7/9. And then I'm going to find tangent of 2u, which is sine of 2u over cosine of 2u. So this is negative 4 root 2 over 7. And that's it. So again, as a quick reminder, this is not on the test tomorrow. The homework is due Monday, the 27th of March, and it's page 663, numbers 1 through 8 all, and 19 through 27 odd. After tomorrow's test, if you have any questions on the homework, once you start it in class, you are more than welcome to come ask me questions.